Welcome to Franchise Marketing Radio, brought to you by SeoSamba. Comprehensive high-performing marketing solutions for mature and emerging franchise brands. To supercharge your franchise marketing, go to SeoSamba.com. That's SeoSamba.com.
Lee Cantor here, another episode of Franchise Marketing Radio, and this is going to be a good one. Today we have with us Nick Dugan with BarBClean. Welcome, Nick.
Hello, Lee. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm excited to learn what you're up to. Tell us about BarBClean. How you serving folks?
Well, BarBClean is a home services industry franchise, cleaning, repairs, replacements, sales of outdoor grills and barbecues. Started, I believe, 2012. And BarBClean started out with the cleaning service. That's really our bread and butter. But as we've built up sort of relationships with a lot of the grill manufacturers, sales has become a growing part of our business. But again, it's mostly cleanings, house calls, but a lot of sort of apartment complexes, some hotel chains, really trying to get into the almost that commercial side of the market. But residential is our main focus as well.
So now, what was the genesis of the idea? Was it just some person that said, look, I got the equipment to clean this thing, and a lot of people's grills are nasty, and I can help them?
Yeah, the founder, Brian, he had gone through he was a mortgage broker, suffered indeed in the 2008 financial collapse, kind of saw his livelihood, his life flash before his eyes, and realized he wanted to change tack, and was looking for different franchise opportunities to get into. He's involved in a couple other franchising operations, and looked at a grill, tried to clean it, took him about 4.5 hours, realized that, maybe there was something here that if he could get a great, a formula, a technique, cut down on the time, really up the efficiency, he would be onto something. And he has been.
So it was built a franchise from the very beginning?
Well, I believe he started it. I believe that was his intention from the beginning. Seeing as how he had this sort of prior franchise experience, he really liked that business model. So he was had that in his mind from the beginning.
And then did it start where you're located?
Yeah, he was in Pasadena, I believe, somewhere around there, LA, Orange County. We're in 7 states now. So we cover Southern California pretty much completely, San Diego, LA, Texas, a few locations in Texas, and a lot of coverage in Florida. And then we're also in places like Arizona, South Carolina, Tennessee, I believe Louisiana.
Now, was COVID good or bad for your business? Because I could see more people were staying at home, so their grill became more important to them. And but then I guess you can do this without really interacting with the customer.
Exactly. Yeah. COVID has really accelerated the kinds of economic shifts that home service industries are poised to take advantage of. The sort of kind of the shift away from retail locations into more e-commerce, into more home services. COVID's been really well for us. In fact, this last month, even through all COVID, this last month was our best month on record. And we've been growing year on year. So we're really happy with how we've done through a tough time for everybody, no doubt.
Now, so it started out with just cleaning, but now I would imagine it evolved to all kinds of services in and around the grill.
Yeah, so cleaning is the bread and butter. Of course, we'll do whatever sort of outdoor kitchen setup you've got. If you've got a fire pit, a pig roaster, a smoker, any kind of outdoor kitchen style equipment, we'll clean. Obviously we'll repair anything. We can replace parts. We can replace different things. And then installation and sales of new grills and barbecues is a growing part. Like I said, you can check out our website, BarBClean.com. We've got pretty much all the major manufacturers that you're going to want for your outdoor kitchen. And by the end of the year, I think we'll be coming out. It should be, January maybe, with a sort of chimney cleaning, fireplace cleaning, indoor kind of thing. It's the equipment set's not too dissimilar, so we think we can make that transition very easily to add that on to the business model.
Now, when you do a repair or replacement, do you take away the old grill?
Of course, yeah. We'll take away all the old parts for you, and then a full installation. Generally it's not too complicated to kind of just pop in, pop out, and put a couple pipes in there, or connect the gas and that kind of thing.
So now, who is a good ideal franchisee for you? Is it similar to the other folks that are doing other home services franchises?
Yeah, the ideal franchisee, it's going to vary. Obviously, for any franchisee, you're going to want sort of self-motivated people. We do have a veteran discount. We do have several veterans in the business. They do very well for us. That's kind of, a sort of someone who's willing to take a little bit of a risk and believes in themselves that they can kind of get this ball rolling. Obviously, prior franchise experience is always a plus, but anyone, and location matters too. I think, depending on where they are, I think that's going to be important. Not one set of things, but those are kind of the general characteristics.
But if somebody has already a home service franchise, to add this to their portfolio might be a good move, since it could be the same customer.
Oh, definitely. And, that's kind of a little bit of kind of how I'm trying to get the word out right now, is I'm combing through, other home service franchises and trying to get in touch with some of their franchisees and sell them as a sort of something in addition to what they're already doing. Because, yeah, if you're already going to someone's house to clean their carpet or mow their lawn or something, it can be, or the windows or anything like that, pool cleaning, it's definitely an easier upsell and say, oh, I have this other business. You already know and trust the work I do. We really think that's a great avenue to getting more franchisees, and we are actively doing that.
Now, are you building your own kind of home service cluster in and around this kind of activity? Like you mentioned the Chimney folks. Is that going to be a separate franchise, or is that going to just be another service the BarBClean people offer?
Well, the idea behind the chimney cleaning, the fireplace cleaning, is that the equipment set is essentially the same set, so you don't have to buy a new set of equipment. All you'll need to do, existing franchisees, all they need to do is sort of learn the technique and sort of understand what, the different, it's going to be a slightly different, obviously, experience, but you have the equipment already. And there's a small seasonality to what we do. Generally, you have your high months in Florida, actually, it's in the winter because it's so hot during the summer, but in different parts of the colder climes, you'll have people barbecuing in the summer, and the winter kind of cool off a little bit. So you have something to fill in that gap, that 2-month gap around, December, January. That's kind of the idea behind it. But the equipment set's essentially the same, not going to be spun off, something to kind of just fill in that seasonality gap.
Now, is this kind of a work from home franchise where they don't really need a location, or they need some sort of a warehouse to store kind of the parts and things like that?
Yeah, certainly one of the big selling points is the low overhead. All you need is really a laptop, your phone, a car, and you're good to go. Obviously, the equipment set, so you don't need a retail location, which really cuts down on your costs. What we have, I just went up to Ventura in California. One of our successful franchisees up there, his name's Luke Chapa. He just opened up a warehouse facility with an office in the front and a sort of warehouse section in the back, where he set up a lot of different grills from different manufacturers. It's going to be converted into a showroom. Right now, it's really something for all of his technicians to, learn the mechanics of how to repair each kind and how to install, just different learning about these grills. But so he has a showroom, he has a full retail location, but it's certainly not something that you need.
Right. So that's just somebody on their own kind of doing that, but that's not baked into the franchise necessarily.
Exactly. It's not.
So now, are there certain territories that work better than others? Like, this is a affluent suburb kind of franchise. Like what's the market?
Yeah, of course. You're going to want, your customer is someone who has a built-in grill. Usually about 1/3 of our customers have the rollaways. That number's been going up a little bit lately, but most of your customers are going to be people that have built-ins, nicer homes, more affluent, generally, like I said, the 7 states we're in are all kind of below the Mason-Dixon. So we are talking to a couple people in New Jersey and in Nevada. But generally the warmer states, your barbecue country. But, like I said, in Philadelphia, we think there's going to be a great fit there. But generally more affluent customers.
Now, are you looking for kind of people that are up for just like a onesie, or are you looking for kind of empire builders that want to take over, kind of a larger territory?
Well, what we're looking for obviously is someone that is willing, that understands and believes in the business, and is willing to put it in. If they want to, we've been talking to several people that want to buy several territories at once and are looking at the sort of scaling it up. Obviously that's very interesting to us, and we're all for that. But this certainly, you can buy one territory and be very successful as well.
Now, how do you kind of help them in their local market kind of sell or identify their prospects? Is that built into like kind of the franchisor services that you provide?
Yeah, exactly. We'll be with them, every step of the way. We're always available to go over marketing strategies. We have a system that we use that's worked very well kind of across the board. So obviously show them how to implement that. Obviously we help them with the website. We've built our own CRM that manages all the sort of customer invoices, financials, addresses, anything like that. So they get that. And yeah, we definitely have everything that we've done to be successful can be replicated essentially wherever they're located, with the regional magazines, the regional advertising outlets and things like that.
So what are you looking at in terms of growth as we kind of enter the second half of this year?
Yeah, this year looks to be our biggest on record. It's going to be substantial. I think we're looking at something about almost a 50% growth this year it depends on the different franchisees, but for a lot of our bigger franchisors, of more successful guys, they're looking at something approaching a 50% increase year on year. Particularly, I believe in Southern California, we're gonna have a big increase. As I said, just July was our best month ever. So it's pretty exciting.
Now, do you is that kind of because of people just investing in kind of more outdoor kitchen stuff, or is it just because of COVID and people are just eating in more? Like how are you kind of getting a feel for what's happening in the marketplace as a trend in general?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of factors. I think people were very happy to be a little bit, compared to last summer. There was this sort of existential dread of the disease. I think people are more prepared to go out and enjoy themselves this summer. I think that I think this shift away from retail is not, I don't think it's going to go away. I think that it's been accelerated by this disease and the lockdowns more particularly. And I also think, people want to save money. So there's a lot of things going on that are playing into what we do. And it's hard to really pin it on one thing.
But it feels like that more and more people are investing in their kind of outdoor kitchen and outdoor experience, where they are bringing a handful of people to their house, like you said, rather than go out.
Exactly. You save money. You're a little bit more insulated from whatever pathogens or things are out there. There's a lot of upside to that. I was hearing, I forget, it was maybe The Economist magazine, where they're talking about everyone in the next 10 years, everyone's going to have their own, like everyone has a living room in their house. Everyone's going to have this sort of office room that just like, everyone's, because so many people are going to be working from home. I think we're probably not too far out from everyone having an outdoor kitchen in their home as well. I think we're trending in that direction.
Yeah, well, you see, I think because of people being locked down, they're watching a lot of videos, and if they like to cook and they're seeing a lot of YouTube people with outdoor kitchens, it makes sense that they're like, well, let's look into that.
Yeah, exactly. And you have more access than ever to great recipes. Cooking's a lot of fun, healthier. I think you're able to avoid MSG or whatever else is going into. You have just total control over your portions, over your ingredients. Cooking at home is always the preferred method if you can do it, if you
Right.
can eat your own food.
and outdoor kind of lends itself to more community and having folks over, and especially if the weather's good year round in those environments, an investment in an outdoor makes logical sense. I mean, it's not hard to rationalize that.
Yeah, and the weather has been absolutely perfect this entire summer here in Orange County, and we haven't been hit by any heat waves. It's been perfect.
Well, if somebody wants to learn more about BarBClean, what's the website again?
Yeah, bar-b-clean.com. You can always reach me by email. I'm Nick at bar-b-clean.com. If you go on there, you can check out our service. You can check out franchise opportunities. It's all on there.
Good stuff, Nick. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story today.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, this is Lee Cantor. We'll see y'all next time on Franchise Marketing Radio.